Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Noodles at Noon, the show that focuses on things that are not worth focusing on. I am your host, and I now go by the name Keanu, and I am a fearbulg, but we will get into that later. And I am joined, as always, by... Actually, my name's Ben. Don't say that. And we're joined, as always, by our co-host, equal partners in this Noodles at Noon experience. It is the man who knows a little bit too much about Madonna. It's Uncle Noah.
Hello. I'm glad you clarified that you're Ben, because I thought maybe we had a new host, and Ben maybe didn't communicate this with me, so I'm glad to know that it's you, Ben. I'm glad to know everything's okay. Okay, I'm ready.
It is I. And this week we have a truly honorable guest. His name is... actually, I don't know how to tease this any more than I already have, but it's Tiny Romo.
You botched that. The Tiny Romo of Rocket League.
Oh, yeah, the Tiny Romo of Rocket League, otherwise known as Michael.
One, because I would call plays before they happened, but two, I have since retired, just like my idol, Tony Romo. I've retired from Rocket League. I have put in the deflated football, and I have since parted ways. Why do I have Spotify open? You guys want to listen to anything?
As long as it's royalty free.
All right.
Michael, the reason you were able to call plays before you happen is every time someone would touch the ball, you'd say, "Oh, that's going in." And then eventually, yes, it would go in.
Or every time a ball would start to go towards our net, he'd be like, "Oh, it's over. Give up. It's over.
It's over. We're done." He's the most negative Rocket League player.
I just set the expectations low. So when there is success, I feel good. That's what I did all throughout college. Like with OChem and physiology exams, I would just set the bar really low. I'm like, if I get a 50% on this thing, I will be happy with myself. And then the class average was like 66%. And I was like, we did it. Good job. It's unfortunate.
We did it,
that's
guys.
The way of the world.
Well, interesting. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Noodles at Noon this week. You can find us at noodlespodcast.com.
noodlespodcast.com.
Or anywhere you listen to your podcast, be that Spotify, as Michael's doing right now. He's actually listening to last week's show. You can listen to it there. RSS feed, Apple Podcasts, other places
Stitcher,
that no one knows better than I do.
Pocket Casts, Anchor. Sometimes they're playing it in the Wendy's bathroom. We have a contract with them.
Dave, the guy who run the CEO of Wendy's, Dave, we have a contract with him.
How awesome would that be if instead of just, kind of the normal elevator music, like public restrooms started playing podcasts? So you just walk into the bathroom and you're like 30 minutes into a crime show.
And then he went into the Wendy's bathroom and murdered him. Oh my gosh. It's the prophecy.
There's that Twilight Zone episode where Adam Scott is listening to a podcast that's like predicting all the things that are happening to him on his flight. It's like one of the new Twilight Zone episodes. It's something like that. You go into a Wendy's bathroom and it starts telling a story about a murder that took place at a Wendy's bathroom.
That would be terrifying. Well, thank you guys so much again for tuning in. We are Ben, Noah, and Michael. Super glad to have you along for the ride, whether you're watching this as a podcast or listening as a podcast or watching our live stream. Hello, live stream friends. It's so good to see you again. I think we should get started with some weekly updates, unless anyone has anything they would like to add before we get into the weekly updates. But I'm first on the list of weekly updates.
Hold on, I have something to add.
Oh, okay.
Please always cook your meats to an internal temperature of 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Thank you.
If it's chicken, right?
Yeah, it varies by the type of meat. But
because beef can be lower than that.
If you want to be safe, 160. If you want to be extra
safe,
you
hear that,
165.
People? 165.
Yep. This announcement brought to you by the National Pork Board. Ben, you may continue.
Okay. Thank you, National Pork Board. Is that like a cork board, but just really gross?
Made out of slabs of pork.
Is that like the bulletin boards that they have in like slaughterhouses? It's like, oh, I lost my cat. I'll put it on the pork board.
Oh gosh. Oh god.
We don't need to buy a cork board. We'll just use some of this leftover pork that we couldn't sell.
Take the skin from a pork. Our pork board.
That's Bad.
Anyway, this week I wanted to talk about a new identity that I had a friend help me come up with. Earlier, in last week's show, we talked about me needing something to do over my week off from work because I was having a staycation. Well, the first few weeks or the first few days of the staycation were taken care of me because where we live up in Fairbanks, Alaska, we received quite a bit of snow. And it took quite a bit of time, to dig out of the snow, but also to fully appreciate the fact that we got roughly about 2.5 feet of snow where we are at. So one day it was just like our entire neighborhood were just outside playing, throwing snowballs at each other, building snow forts. So we did that and then helping dig each other out because we needed to get to work and stuff. Well, I didn't because I had the week off, baby. Woohoo. But I'll never use that voice ever again. But another thing that I did was a friend invited me to join his Dungeons and Dragons game. So what that entails is, as you can hear, that's my thing of dice that he got for me. I rolled a 40, which I didn't know was possible with dice, but apparently it is.
Wait, what color are the dice?
They are purple, which is my favorite color. It's hard to see, especially because you're listening to this with your ears and not your eyes. But purple dice, very many sides to a few of them. And apparently they're called different things, like D8s. So like if you say a D8, there's a dice with 8 sides, and that is the dice that you roll. So I learned that. But we made a character, and this is my character sheet. We're doing some Dungeons and Dragons ASMR this episode. Yeah. And
I'm so relaxed.
Yeah, good. Send tingles down your spine. I went with the character named Keanu, not Keanu Reeves, because I wanted to be more ambiguous than that. But I am a Fearbolg, I believe it's pronounced, which is kind of like a hippie troll-looking thing. They're pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Checks out. I'm a chaotic good, so like there's like chaotic evil, chaotic neutral, lawful neutral, all that stuff. I'm chaotic good, so that's checks out. And the amount of depth that this goes into is really interesting because you have to like take on a background. So I am a bard, which means I'm like a performing person. I do music stuff, which checks out because I like doing music stuff. But like even then, like the background, I have the background of someone once stole my prized ukulele. So now my overarching storyline is I have to find my prized ukulele. And if I assuming that comes up at some place in the story because there's a dungeon master who like creates the entire storyline. But one of my favorite things is you have like, it's called a cantrip. I think it's like a spell. And it's called Vicious Mockery. And let me read you the description of what this cantrip is. If I should have pulled this up before I started. Vicious Mockery in D&D. And this is how it works. You unleash a string of insults laced with subtle enchantments at a creature you can see within range. If the target can hear you, though it need not understand you, it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw, or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage on the next attack roll it makes before the end of its turn. So basically, this cantrip I have is just yelling insults at other creatures in the game and it taking psychological damage on them. And I am all for that.
Wow.
That is my special power in Dungeons and Dragons. It has a range of 60 feet, so I can yell insults at people or creatures within 60 feet of me and cause them psychological damage.
So you must be a pretty loud person then.
I am, actually. All my microphone stuff is turned all the way down because I'm just so loud. I'm actually shaking the walls in my house right now.
If you can just yell insults and they can be heard and do damage 60 feet away, like I think you're just a loud, brash person is what I take from that. That
also lines up. Other personality traits is that I'm a storyteller Also checks out because I have a degree in journalism. Also, I'm a hopeless romantic.
Checks out.
Checks out. Tradition is my ideal. Checks out. This is my favorite one, or my favorite like personality trait. My flaw is that despite my best efforts, I am unreliable to my friends. And the funniest part, it's not just that I'm unreliable to my friends, is despite my best efforts. Like, I'm really trying here, but I'm just going to be unreliable to my friends. So, like, the fun thing with Dungeons and Dragons, I'm told, is like, I get to live up to these expectations. So if there's something that everybody else is doing, like my friends in the Dungeons and Dragons game, I can just not, like, choose not to do it and go off somewhere else and do something else, because that would line up with my character's personality trait of being unreliable to his friends. So it just leaves that up to me to try if I want to do that. I'm excited. This is going to be so much fun.
Well, I'm excited to hear about your experience with D&D. We played, Jesse and I played with a group for about a year. It was a long time. And I was half human, half vampire. I was a hampire. I was over 400 years old, and I was pretty dark and brooding, but I was also incredibly emotional, so I would break down a lot. I always wanted people to like me, but no one ever did. And I ended up at one point marrying a ferret because it was the only one that would love me.
Checks out.
But we did a D&D campaign for about a year, and in the end, it was me, Jesse, and one other friend. And he ended up basically betraying us at the final boss, taking all of our stuff, leaving. Jesse died, and then I just ran off into the wilderness. And that's how our campaign ended. So I'm hoping you fare better, and I'm hoping you have a good time with it. I'm looking forward to hearing more in a few weeks.
I will. I was supposed to play it earlier today. Also, Noah, I just got a notification from Steam that you are now playing Assassin's Creed.
That would be Jesse.
Noah is now playing Assassin's Creed.
So that's worse than doing Angry Birds. Like, just full on play the campaign from Assassin's Creed.
He's going to be a little bit distracted during this podcast.
By the way, I feel partly responsible for this Assassin's Creed craze, but maybe we can talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later. Yeah, I'm really excited too. We were supposed to do the first campaign today, but or the first part of the campaign today, but it got moved to tomorrow as of recording. So sadly, I can't bring that update, but I'm excited to get started with Keanu. I do have a dagger named Reeves, because you're allowed to name your weapons. So I'm Keanu with a dagger named Reeves.
I had a dinosaur named Rachel. I was Vladimir. I don't remember my last name, but it was something equally
Putin
long. And then I just had this little tiny dinosaur, and he said, like, yeah, you can name it whatever you want. And I said, okay, Rachel.
Rachel.
And then she died.
Oh, poor Rachel.
Like, pretty quickly died. I didn't take care of her.
It was bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of new identities and new people, Noah, I know that you're having a very exciting week with that sort of deal, but on a much grander scale than I am with my Dungeons and Dragons game.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's all open to interpretation, but
depends on who you ask.
Yeah. So I have 2 new additions to the family to talk about. So that's very exciting. The first edition I'll talk about is I am an uncle, again, as Ben briefly mentioned on the top of the show. I have a new niece named Ariel, and I do want to shout out my sister. She actually asked me, one of the first things she said when I went and visited her a couple days after she gave birth this week was, is this going to get mentioned on the podcast? Because I think I deserve a mention on the podcast for giving birth.
I was going to ask, was it like is this going to get mentioned on the podcast, or is this going to get mentioned on the podcast? Like, is it one of those deals?
I told her, like, yeah, I'll protect her anonymity. And Molly's like, no, I went through a lot of work for this. I deserve some credit. So huge shout out to my sister, Molly, for giving birth. She was still working. She actually works with babies post-birth in a hospital. So she was doing that as of like a few days ago, I think. And yeah, she was able to give birth in that same hospital. Everything went super, super well. It was really quick. They were able to go home, and Ariel is a tiny little baby at 4 pounds, 11 ounces, I think. So she's a little tiny baby, but she's awesome. She's
Ben
great.
Was
we
like
got to go meet her for a little bit.
By the way, just for the record.
Did you say I was?
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
How much were you, Ben, when you were born? Do you know?
Not 15 pounds. I don't know. About 7 pounds, maybe. I have no idea. I was barely there. Okay.
I know I was like 8.5, and I was a huge baby.
Whoa.
So yeah, I've always been big boned. That's just me. But yeah, huge shout out to my amazing sister who did an awesome job giving birth, I guess. Mm-hmm. And welcome to the world.
Adorable baby. Thank you so much for sending pictures, because I always get excited whenever friends send me pictures of family members, babies, or their babies. They're just the best. So she's a true blessing, little baby Ariel.
Yeah, she's going to be awesome. And her older sister, who is 2, is taking it surprisingly super well. She's very excited to have a little sister. So it's awesome. But it inspired Jessy and I to also talk about an addition to our family. And I think we're finally ready to announce here live on the show that we have gotten on a wait list to adopt a little hedgehog, specifically a baby hedgehog known as a hoglet. We are still open to names.
What?
So
I didn't know that. They're called hoglets?
They're called a hoglet. We found this one named Huggles the Hoglet, a little baby hedgehog. So it's going to take a while. It is legal to own a hedgehog in our state. It's not legal in every U.S. state, apparently.
Oh.
There are a few that don't allow hedgehogs to be pets, but we've done a bunch of research. We found some different breeders and places where you can get a hedgehog. There's nowhere where you can go rescue a hedgehog. There aren't like hedgehog rescue shelters. So we've gotten on a wait list. I think it'll take about 6 months or so. So it'll be something I guess we forget about, and then one day, oh yeah, we could get a hedgehog if we want. But yeah, maybe our speak pipe question could be, what should we name our hedgehog? I think
I know for a fact Michael has a long list of names you could name the hedgehog.
What? That's news to me.
When Noah texted us about this, you had many suggestions.
I don't remember. I said Sonic and Knuckles and Tails. I think that was it.
That's more than I said.
That's 3. That's not a long list.
Yeah, he did say Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Winston is also on the table.
I said Winston.
I like the idea.
You said Winston, and then I said I like Winston.
Oh yeah, you said you like Winston. So anyway, I don't know. We're open. We're really open to anything. I think Jessy said nothing like Bubbles. It's got to be a dignified name.
Bubba.
Not Huggles, I guess. I guess that wouldn't be original, but we did like the name Huggles. Huggles the Hoglet is a pretty great name. But anyway, I'll keep you posted on the hedgehog news. We're pretty excited about that. And hopefully someday we will get a hedgehog.
What about Brian as a name for a hedgehog?
Brian
I just
the
looked
hedgehog.
It up. Brian the hedgehog. Its meaning is strong, virtuous, and honorable. So it's a dignified name.
Brian the hedgehog. We'll add it to the list. We'll see. What does everybody think about Brian the hedgehog? Let us know.
And it's Irish.
O'Brien or just Brian?
Just Brian.
Just Brian.
Because there are many people in Ireland named Brian O'Brien.
Brian O'Brien. That's awesome.
I'm Brian O'Brien. Doesn't Jessy like Irish things?
She does. She's super into Irish culture.
There you go.
So I'll run it by her. How about, I'm texting her right now, asking her why she's
in the middle of playing Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, she's probably about to blow a stealth mission, getting a text in the middle of it.
She's sneaking up, about to slit somebody's throat, and her phone goes off.
How about Brian?
All right, I've texted her. We'll see what she says. Michael, what's new in your world?
Like nothing at all. I had a pretty bad week last week. Many things out of my control were just terrible, but thank you for highlighting that so I can see out of these glasses that I cannot see out of. What I did this week was... Oh, Noah's gone. For a podcast I listened to called Nobody's Listening. Well, that's the former name. It's now called That Story Show. They have a Discord server, and I volunteered to host a little bit of Among Us. So 10, 11, 12 of us got together, played some Among Us, and we had some good fun doing that on Thursday night. I've also been editing a lot of videos for people, and self-included. That's been good. And I, for no apparent reason, bought Assassin's Creed, even though I've never played it. I know nothing about it. Clip on those shades, boy. But I got that, and I'm excited to start it. And apparently I'm already beat at starting it. Black Flag.
Yeah, guys. Jessy's gonna smoke us all. She's gonna be the best assassin. We always knew that.
I figured. I saw it from the very first time I met her. I was like, she's gonna kill all of us.
I want to turn my back on her. Well, I did have to leave the room and go get some shades for my glasses because Ben and Michael are both wearing some form of sunglasses, and I felt left out. But all I have are these clip-ons, so I'm currently rocking the clip-on look.
These are my prescription sunglasses.
It'll work.
Michael, how many people ended up coming to the Among Us thing? Did you have like a full 10?
It was a lot. It was a lot. So I just threw away the list, but initially 7 people said they would show up because I made a graphic and everything. It was official. It was like a church announcement. I made this graphic and I put it in the Discord channel for that server, and like 7 people said they'd show up. And then the host of the show, they record live kind of like we do. But he mentioned, he's kind of cool with me or something, I don't know. But he agreed to mention at the end of the recording, like after the recording was done, but we were still live, that we were going to do the Among Us thing. And that got like 4 more people to show up. And I'm like, I'm not ready for this. And then he ended up playing, and the other co-host ended up playing a few rounds. But it was just chaos trying to coordinate. And a lot of the audience is younger. I think probably like 15 is like the median age. A lot of them are middle schoolers and below. So I was trying to navigate like, okay, guys, some of you have to rotate out so other people that haven't had a chance can come in. And I think it went decently well, but that was difficult to do. But we had a lot of fun. And then they ended up going into the voice chat, and I went in there too, and it was just crazy. One round ran on like forever. Someone was accusing me of being an imposter in that game, and it was actually them. So like I was pointing the finger at them, and then they'd vote for me and I'd vote for them. And then the other 2 people were on Nintendo Switch, and they just like couldn't vote. So they were voting for dead people somehow. And that round just never ended. And I intentionally walked off with the guy that was imposter so he could shank me and just end the round because there were 4 of us. And he wouldn't shiv or shank. And I was like, come on. So that made me frustrated. But we had fun, and there's talks of them wanting to do it again next week. And I'll see how much energy I have to do it again.
Did you get to plug the noodlespodcast.com?
No. Well, we could. If we get our money together, we could advertise on their show. It's not very expensive, I don't think.
I don't have that much money.
We could do that. Yeah, we blew all of our annual budget on fabulouswildmen.com instead of...
Yeah, we did.
That's totally true. We did.
That was our yearly budget.
It's okay. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the day I get an email that says, hey, I am starting a new social website club called Fabulous Wild Men, and I really need the URL. Here's $80,000.
This is an investment, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
And then we'll get our money back.
The lesson from your story for me is I should not purchase Among Us on my Nintendo Switch then.
It sounds like it doesn't work very well. So I would say no. And I don't know what the issue was, but they just like couldn't vote for me. Because I told them, just vote for me. Kick me off. It's not me. Just finish the round, because it was going on painfully long at that point. And then they never did. Now, I think one kid in there ended up recording it without, really asking people. So if that video happens, I might share it just to the group here. But I don't know if that video is ever going to happen or come out.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'd be interested to see that.
Speaking of Discord channels, I was thinking the other day, we should have a Discord channel for people who listen to the show.
See, I told you that. I said
Did
just
you?
make our general chat into a private chat that only has us with our roles. And then you went, huh? And then you never did anything, so...
How long ago was that? Because since then I've probably learned more about how to use Discord.
Probably like October.
Yeah, I definitely had no idea what I was doing in October. But, okay, this is Michael's idea that I am retroactively saying that we should do.
Cool. I'm just now learning how Discord works too. Like I've joined a couple of Discord, what do you call them? Do you call them Discord channels?
They call them servers.
I think servers?
Discord servers, yeah.
Oops.
I've joined some different like hacking and modding servers, which have been kind of cool, but I'm too scared to talk to anybody because I don't know anybody. So I just read what other people write and say nothing. I have a real problem with talking to people on the internet.
Well, the text chat isn't scary.
Oh, it's scary.
When,
it's intimidating.
10, 15-year-olds hop into a voice chat for Among Us and like you're the only person above 15. And now that's a little bit scary.
Yeah, I could see that. Well, we'll get on that, and I'll figure out how we do that. Michael will help me.
Well, see, here's the other thing. For some reason, Ben decided to make... Oh, gosh. Okay, now I may have just shown a private message. Ben decided to make the server, and I think that he is the only person that can adjust things for whatever reason.
I am El Presidente.
So I can't help you at all.
Oh, okay. Hang on. We'll figure this out later.
No,
we won't do this in the middle of the show.
Don't do it right now, please.
Yeah. Well, so happy to hear about your guys' week. Or Michael with your Among Us, Noah with your new additions to the family. Yeah. I feel like we haven't talked that much this week, so it was good to hear about your guys' weeks. But do we have any games that we should dive into for this week? Because I'm excited because it's my week off, even from the playing games for the show. So I get to play 2 games today.
So our first game, brought to you by me, Cameo, the old Cameo Celebrity Cost Cthulhu. So for those of you not know, Cameo is a service that allows you to purchase a short video from celebrities of all popularities, wishing you a happy birthday, happy anniversary, happy graduation, and so on. In this game, our 2 guests, Ben and Noah, will go head-to-head to guess the cost of each celebrity's cameo, and we're going to use Price is Right rules, and the highest closest bid, without going over the actual price, wins the point for that round. Today's theme, brought to you by Noah, is reality TV stars.
Super into reality TV.
Yep, this is true. Keeping up with the Kardashians. Oh, Noah's gone again.
I think he just left the room. I think he can still hear us.
I was going to start with him, but whatever.
Right.
You're going to start with me.
I just wanted to prove how much I love reality TV by wearing my MTV hat.
Because nothing says reality TV like I love MTV.
MTV's all reality now. They don't know how to show music on their channel. It's a problem.
It's like the Romans with concrete. They built a bunch of stuff with concrete and then somehow lost the recipe for concrete. So
Is
like
that
for
true?
1,000 years. Yeah. For like 1,000 years, they couldn't make anything with concrete.
I have to make a note of looking into that.
It's interesting.
That's really interesting.
The Black Plague will do that to you. That's what I'm told.
Think of all the things we've forgotten how to do since our plague started. Socialize with people.
I thought be decent human beings.
Be a decent human beings.
All right, let's stop beating around the bush. You know what I mean? Round 1, Tom Bergeron. So Tom Bergeron, we know Tom Bergeron, known for his role as a host on Dancing with the Stars, AFV. And he was recently on, spoiler, The Masked Singer, which is a reality TV show kind of. Still kind of a game show, but he was under the reality TV category. Don't at me. Noah, we'll start with you. How much is a Don't Google that.
I'm not. I'm looking up your Twitch.
Okay. Noah, we'll start with you.
Okay, Tom Bergeron. That's a good get. I would enjoy a cameo from him. I'm gonna start high. I'm gonna say 125.
All right, that's a 125 on the double. And Ben, what do you think?
I think for Mr. Thomas Louis Bergeron, how about a saucy 200 even? I don't know why I went that high because I totally didn't have to. But
yeah, you borked
it could
that
totally
one up.
be.
125 is closest. He is $150 for a video on Cameo.
Yeah, I should have said 150.
Early lead for Noah.
I'm rusty. It's okay.
Am I going to win a game? Is that what's going to happen?
It
Can we
can't
stop
happen
the
2
game
weeks
here?
in a row. It just can't happen 2 weeks in a row.
And that concludes Cameo Celebrity Cost. Thank you for coming.
It was rigged. He told me last night.
Natalie Mordovtseva? Natalie Mordovtseva. I think she's Ukrainian. Actress and reality TV star from TLC's 90 Day Fiancé, who apparently Noah is a major fan of that show. Ben, we'll start with you. So Natalie Mordovtseva, she is a reality TV star on 90 Day Fiancé.
I've never seen 90 Day Fiancé, but I can't imagine it's a show that has a wealth of individuals with a lot of staying power in the spotlight. So I'm going to go with for $32.86.
All right. $32.86. And Noah, what is your estimation?
I want to say $32.87, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say $60.
$33.
Well, you should have
I'm gonna
said
be nice.
33 because her actual cost for a video is $50. Ben will take it with $32.86. See, sometimes you got to do that dirty play, and that would have got you a point right there.
Should have done it.
Michael, personal question. Did you get rid of my mod powers on your Twitch?
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yes, he did.
All right. You kept banning random words, and you confessed to it live on the podcast. I don't want that in my life.
I haven't done it in a long time.
Oh, but you did it repeatedly as a mod. This is a live breakup on the air, by the way.
Yikes.
Yeah, yikes is
Where
right.
does that leave me?
Don't
Do I have to
that.
pick a camp?
All right, round 3. Rick Devens. He was on Survivor season 38. That show is still ongoing, apparently, which I didn't know. So Rick Devens, he was on Survivor season 38. The show is still ongoing. And no, it's back to you. What is your guess for the cost of a video from Rick?
Oh, I wish Daniel was here. He's kind of the Survivor expert. I think he's watched like seasons and seasons of Survivor. I never have. I don't actually know who Rick Devens is. He was a contestant on Survivor,
yes.
right? Okay.
Yes.
I mean, 38 seasons times what, like 20 contestants or whatever they have on that show each season. He can't be worth that much. I'm going to say 40.
He can't be worth that much. All right. And Ben, what is your approximate?
Did he win?
Nope. He made it to like the semifinals. I looked it up. I looked up the entire flow chart last night.
That's a good question to ask, Ben, because if he got $1 million from that show, then he probably wouldn't be on Cameo.
Yeah, true. I'm going to go $1, Dave.
All right, David. Ben, you'll take a point with the dirty play because he is $39 for a video.
No way!
And Noah said 40. Those Price is Right rules, man. Always come back to bite you. All right, so the current score, Ben 2, Noah 1. Into the fourth round, Danny Marmolejo. There we go. I got it right that time. He's a professional parkourist, speaking of Assassin's Creed, who has been on the reality TV show American Ninja Warrior. How much is a video from Danny? Ben, we start with you.
$20.
$20. And Noah, what is your guess?
All right, I got to play dirty. $21.
All right, that's a double over. I don't have a Oh,
bongo.
Get ready.
double over.
Double Uber bongo.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Is it? Do I start again?
I forget how we usually do it, but sure, why not?
Okay. $14.
$14. Noah, what is your guess?
I was going to say $15. So I'm going to say $15.
$15. Congratulations. I got your point. He has 15 on the nose. Let's get that other bongo out. There we go. There was zero tone on that one. It was just like a slap. All right, final round. The score is tied to 2-2. Piff the Magic Dragon. We all know Piff performed stage magic on America's Got Talent, sort of reality TV, sort of game show. He has a dog named Piffles that he does magic with, and he's got his start in magic doing gospel magic as a kid. How much is a video from Piff? And I don't remember who we start with. Noah.
I think it's Noah.
I don't know who Piff the Magic Dragon is, but Michael and I were talking about this when we were doing our games a couple nights ago, and we had to look into what gospel magic is, because...
I was going to say, isn't that just miracles?
Not quite. It's like teaching the gospel by using magic tricks.
Do they have Bible tracks?
It sounds like something I would have to burn, like with my Lord of the Rings novels or something. I'm thinking $25.
All right, 25 from Noah. Ben.
You know, those gospel magic people, they're some high rollers. So this guy's really capitalizing on capitalism, and I'm going to go with $26.
Oh, come on. It worked. He is $75 on Cameo.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
So Ben takes it 3-2. That was neck and neck all the way to the end, and we didn't even have to bork it and like make the last round multiple points or anything. We just succeeded. So
we got through a game successfully, guys. It's been a few weeks.
Noah still lost.
Noah won't win this week because he's doing the next game. And what is that next game, Noah? Because I think it's new.
Hey, Noah, start with Ben, because I'm eating a Ferrero Rocher that you gave me for Christmas. So I just take your time. Okay.
Those Ferrero Rochers that Noah gave us for Christmas, mine were gone within like 3 days, just so you know. And Michael probably still has 5 left.
I have 2 left.
Oh, okay.
Michael, you're a saver like me. I still have some of my nerds left over back behind me on the shelf from Noodles at Midnight's Christmas gifts. I'm still gonna eat them. It's not like I'm not gonna eat them. I savor them. I've been eating nerds here and there, kind of parsing them out. All right. Are you guys ready for a new game? Also about celebrities.
Uh-huh.
We love celebrities on this show.
All right. Well, welcome to the inaugural episode of Did They Really Do That? Celebrity Quarantine Edition. You guys know it's been a weird year. We've all handled our quarantines and just this past year a little differently. You know, there have been things we've had to do. I got really into Michael Jackson. I got really into bossa nova. We've all done interesting things this year, and so have celebrities. I don't know how much you guys pay attention to celebrities on Twitter and Instagram and things like that, but celebrities just do weird things. This was actually kind of inspired by Matthew McConaughey starting a YouTube channel this week, which I don't know if you guys have seen those videos, but they're very Matthew McConaughey, and it's just weird to see someone so popular and so recognizable as Matthew McConaughey, like saying, "Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell." It's just weird. But we all know some of the things that celebrities did early on in quarantine. There was the infamous Imagine compilation of a bunch of celebrities singing the hit classic Imagine.
Yeah, in about 12 different keys.
It was not received terribly well. We had Vanessa Hudgens posting a video she should not have posted, not understanding why this was all a big deal, and you know, people are just gonna die. People do a lot of things on social media, and I think you could very easily make the case that giving people easy access to say anything they want to the world is not always a good thing. But we're gonna look at some of the stranger things that celebrities have done in this past year.
Season 2?
They're on season 3 now, dude.
Oh, season 3.
4 is
Sorry.
coming out soon.
Wow, I am behind.
Of what?
Stranger Things.
Oh, wow. Are we chatting behind my back, guys? We're doing a game here.
He got whooshed so hard.
Did I say something?
No,
you said Stranger Things.
I did?
Yes.
I don't know what I say.
I said what I said and I meant what I meant, man.
All right. Anyway, I'm gonna say something that a celebrity did, and then you have to tell me whether it's true or false. And you don't both have to answer. I'm gonna alternate asking Ben and Michael. So Ben, since you won the last game, I'm gonna start with you. We'll start with some easier ones, and they'll get progressively harder. Ben, Kim Kardashian tried to humanize herself and relate to the common people this year by posting about her birthday party that took place on a private island. Did she really do that?
Yes, that is very much something that Kim Kardashian would do.
It is, in fact, something she did. In a series of tweets, she talked about this experience, and some people thought it maybe seemed a little tone deaf, but she did do it. Michael, Bette Midler saluted housekeepers in a tweet because she'd never really had to cook or clean before, and it turned out it was kind of difficult. Did she really do that?
Who's that?
You don't know who Bette Midler is?
No.
She's an older actress.
Person? Okay.
She was in
I'm gonna say she
Hocus
did not
Pocus, Beaches, The First Wives Club.
Going. There it is. Trademark garage door.
Ben, can you actually keep score, or Michael? Can somebody keep score?
Yeah,
Michael, that is something she did indeed do.
Wow.
She did post a tweet saluting housekeepers for their hard work. All right, Russell Crowe. We all know him. We all love him.
So did Michael get that point?
No, I didn't get a point.
No. So it's 1-0. Ben takes the lead. Russell Crowe returned to his 80s Australian rock roots by re-recording several of his old songs from his private studio in London. The songs could be purchased online with proceeds going to COVID relief. Ben, did Russell Crowe really do that?
I wish he did, but no, he didn't.
That is correct. He did not do that. He was, in the 80s, part of an Australian rock band, and I think he does still play sometimes. I'm not sure. But Ben gets the point. That is true. He did not do that. Michael, a few actors from the original High School Musical trilogy came together virtually to sing We're All in This Together, a popular song from the movies that had timely relevance in the COVID era.
Man, I really want that to be true, so I'm going to say it's true. And if it wasn't, I've basically thrown away the game.
There's plenty of time to come back. We have a lot of questions here. And I wish we'd put a bet on whether Ben was going to sing the song, because I was just thinking in my head, I know he's going to sing it, and he did. Thanks for not disappointing. Michael, that did not happen, sadly. It would have been awesome if it did. I wish it had happened, but it did not happen. So Michael does not get the point. Ben, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, which I think is how you say her name, posted a picture with messy makeup.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh, it's French. She posted a picture with messy makeup and lipstick all over her face with the hashtag Stay Home, Save Lives.
Yeah, that happened.
Ben gets a point again. She did indeed do that. She has lipstick flying all over the face. Her face. Flying all over the place. Michael, back to you. Roseanne Barr posted a picture of a fort she made entirely out of toilet paper packages.
You don't know who Roseanne Barr is?
I don't care about celebrities, but also you're giving me like the celebrities that no one knows.
Everyone knows who Roseanne Barr is.
She was on the sitcom
Was
Roseanne.
she the racist one?
Yes, she's the racist one.
Okay, then can you repeat the question? Because that changes everything.
Okay, Roseanne Barr posted a picture of a fort that she made entirely out of toilet paper packages. The picture, for obvious reasons, received a lot of backlash, as it seems she had no intention of sharing or donating the toilet paper to others.
You know, I'm not going to judge the content of her character by her racist actions. I'm going to say that did not happen, because that's a very rude thing to do.
That happened.
All right. Michael saw right through my trick. There was a reason I chose Roseanne Barr for this question. She did not do that.
Give me that point.
Michael gets the point.
See, I totally thought I'm like, That's good, because I'm like, that's something Roseanne Barr would do.
That was my goal. I was trying to be tricky.
My mom once saw Roseanne Barr in a Wendy's bathroom. She did not murder Roseanne Barr in a Wendy's bathroom.
Were they listening to noodlespodcast.com in there?
Yeah, they were, even though I hadn't been born yet.
Roseanne was just sitting in a stall listening to a podcast.
Yeah, my mom goes in and she goes, blah, boom, blah, boom, boom, boom.
Wait, Ben, this isn't real, right? She didn't really see her?
No, this is 100% true story.
She really saw her at a Wendy's bathroom.
Yes. Do you want me to go get my mom and have her tell you this?
Yes, I do. Because what are the chances of that? Okay. This is going to be worth it.
Hi, Noah.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Oh, that's Michael? What's he wearing on his face?
Sunglasses, Mom.
Michael's not wearing sunglasses. They look like those 80s things where they're like little tiny blinds.
They're little dots.
Welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So I can't hear anything, but we're talking about Roseanne Barr.
Oh, I once saw her in the bathroom.
Where?
At the McDonald's outside Los Angeles.
McDonald's.
Yes. It was at a McDonald's.
I thought it was a Wendy's.
Oh, no, it was a McDonald's.
This is why we needed you on the show.
Was that really all you needed?
Yeah, that's all we
from me.
needed.
We just, because Ben was saying this and we didn't believe him. And he said, I'll go get my mom. And sure enough, it's true.
I promise I did. And I didn't know what to say to her. It's not like, someone you're like, want to ask any questions of,
political questions.
About anything, like, how's parenting? I'm sure she's a very nice lady, but it's not, Oh, is she?
Yeah.
See, I'm afraid I am, and I'm scared. That's why I probably should get off right now.
No, you get to answer my next question because it's my turn to answer a question.
Okay, go ahead. What's the question?
Okay. Let me pull up my notes again. So we're playing a game about celebrities in quarantine and whether they did something or not in the past year. So I just had a question about Roseanne Barr posting a picture of hoarding toilet paper. Michael correctly guessed that was not true. But now we can ask you. Madonna posted a picture calling COVID the Great Equalizer. The picture was of her in a large bathtub sprinkled with rose petals. Did Madonna really do that?
Sure, why not?
All right, Ben gets the point again.
I have the lead. I need to win, Ma.
Well, of course, Madonna takes baths, and I don't think she's like shy about posting photos of her. Like, I would never get in a bathtub with some flowers and post it, but Madonna, goodness, but you guys know if you like looking at her, she's like my age, older than me, so I don't know. But we don't look the same in the bathtub, but I've never actually photographed myself. I'm just thinking it's time I go back downstairs.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show. You have made this the best episode.
Oh, thanks, boys. I like to listen to you. It helps me relax and fall asleep at night. And I promise I'm not racist. Just wanted to I'm afraid I gave this impression. And I don't know if that lady Roseanne is, but bye, boys. Love you.
Yeah.
Hey, remember, be influencers. Don't be influenced. Bye.
Sagely words of advice.
That is good
from
advice. Karen. We love you too, Karen. Everybody, round of applause for Karen.
What does she think we're trying to do with this podcast? We're definitely going after being influencers.
Well, that was awesome. I think that was like the best 3 minutes of podcasting we've ever done.
Little does she know, she's on the show next week.
Yeah. She'll be back.
Ben is gone.
Tune in next week for more.
She'll be back once again.
Like before, we will fight
Michael.
the fight and win the war.
The score is now 4-1. Ben/Karen is up. But Michael, you have a chance to make that gap just a little bit smaller. Kristen Chenoweth. Do you know who she is?
Nope.
All right. Kristen Chenoweth posted a video singing opera while putting cheese on pasta, dressed in a Winnie the Pooh onesie. Did Kristen Chenoweth really do that?
Again, no idea who that is. I'm going to say yeah.
She did indeed do that, and I've shared that in the Discord. We might share a little clip of that, but she is dancing around in a Winnie the Pooh onesie.
If you're happy and you're home, hit a high note. Oh! If you're happy and at home, hit a high note with yourself as Barbie. Oh!
So Michael gets the point. It is 4-2. Ben, back to you. Cardi B posted a video screaming at the top of her lungs and yelling a string of expletives at her computer screen. Did Cardi B really do that?
Yeah, 100%. That's like all of her music videos. Like, I guarantee you, even if that didn't happen, that happened. So yeah, I'm gonna go with yes, that happened.
Even if it's not documented.
I know that.
Even if it's not documented, I know for a fact that happened.
That's a good one.
All right, and Michael and Ben are both correct. Cardi B did post that video.
Oh, I just got a point.
No, you don't get a point.
Michael doesn't
for
get
that.
a point, but
Coronavirus!
Ben gets another point, 5-2. All right, Michael.
Falsely solicit points like that. That was rude.
Michael, you're a big Elon Musk guy, right? You know who he is?
No, actually. I've recently stopped that persona.
Yeah. All right. Well, Elon Musk had a very good year in 2020, increasing his net worth by almost $100 billion. On Twitter, he shared a Forbes article that was talking about his recent success and simply tweeted 2 words, "Thanks, COVID." Michael, did Elon Musk really do that?
Yes. Why not? Sure.
Elon Musk did not do that.
Rip.
So the score will remain Ben 5 to Michael 2. We have a few more questions here. Ben, Madonna sang a cover of one of her songs. We're back to Madonna, replacing some of the lyrics with fried fish. Did Madonna really do that?
So I think I remember a news story that was... Oh, no. She didn't do this, but I think Dolly Parton did.
Maybe Dolly Parton did it too. The judges will have to talk about that. But Madonna did indeed do this. And I'm sharing that in the Discord as well.
Come on, go. Let's go eat some fried fish. Fried fish. Come on, go. Let's go eat some fried fish.
Madonna singing a cover of one of her songs, singing fried fish. All right, so Ben does not get the point. It remains 5-2. Dame Judi Dench.
The first question I got wrong.
Dame Judi Dench, Michael, walked around her house in a fuzzy hat shaped like a dog's head.
Now she has a dog, and I can't remember her dog's name, so that would be pretty on brand. But at this point, I'm desperate, and I'm just going to say she did not do that because she's old. She doesn't know how to shoot a video on the social medias.
That is, in fact, true. It is a picture, I believe, posted to Instagram. I don't have the reference in front of me, but she had one of those hats that had the 2 pieces that hang down, and when you pull on them, like ears pop up out of the hat. And Judi Dench did indeed do that. Ben 5, Michael 2. Ben, Arnold Schwarzenegger had a sit-down dinner with a horse and a donkey while wearing a Terminator shirt.
Yeah. That happened.
Yeah, it did happen.
Yeah, it did. Cool.
All right, Ben goes up to 6 points. Yeah, he did do that, in case anybody wanted to know. There's a pretty great video of that. All right, back to Michael. Drake, you know who Drake is, right? Heard of him?
Yeah, I've heard of him.
Okay. Drake tried to post something on Instagram to kind of relate with the people by showing himself quarantining in his private basketball court. Did Drake do this?
Sorry, I was working on something. What was the latter half of the basketball court?
Drake tried to post something on Instagram to relate with the people by showing himself quarantining in his private basketball court.
See, I don't know Drake's personality that much, but I'm sure he's a great guy. So I don't think he would do that, but I'm guessing.
He did indeed do that.
Come on.
Yes, Drake posted on Instagram showing off his private basketball court just at the start of COVID in the U.S. All right, Ben, Matthew McConaughey, we're back on him. Not only did he create a YouTube channel this year, but he also posted a picture inside his black Lincoln Navigator shortly after the lockdowns began with the description, "Dreaming of the open roads, longing for the days we can travel again. Hashtag Lincoln, hashtag ad."
I was gonna say, like, is this a sponsored post? But I think that since it is so sponsory and he is so synonymous with those Lincoln ads, I feel like this is something you made up. So I'm gonna say no, that this did not happen.
It did not happen. Good job, seeing right through me. Ben goes up to 7
like
points.
Like a book.
Like a book. You saw right through me. We only have a few more questions left. But we'll go back to Michael. Steve Harvey, host of Family Feud, posted a video of him hosting Family Feud from his home. Only the contestants were his cats.
Is that on brand?
With Steve Harvey? I don't know.
Also Miss America.
Did he get it wrong?
I don't know. My goal is now to get everything wrong. So I am going to say he did do that.
Yeah, that would be wrong.
Yes!
Steve Harvey did not post a video with his cats playing Family Feud, although that would be pretty sweet. All right, Ben, this is your last question. Score still 7-2. Katy Perry posted a heartwarming video of a whole neighborhood in Italy singing her song Roar from their balconies. Did Katy Perry really do that?
I do know that there's a lot of people singing in Italy from their balconies. I'm trying to remember if I watched one of those and it was Katy Perry's Roar, which seems relatively weird for people in Italy to be singing. I don't know why. But you got the eye of the tiger. That song. Because clearly nobody else knew that. I'm going to say this did happen because I know the singing in Italy was a thing, so I'm going to say it did happen.
I think Ben went, did you go 8 for 9? This was also correct.
8 for 9.
Wow, Ben goes up to 8 points. Katy Perry did indeed post a video of an Italian neighborhood singing her song Roar. However, it turned out the video was faked. Michael, as a follow-up question, Madonna posted the exact same video, only with the neighborhood singing her song, I Rise. Did Madonna really do that?
No. Wait, my answer's yes. No, my answer's yes.
Yes? Michael gets a point!
No!
Madonna also posted this exact same video, feeling very touched that they would sing her song, and in fact, they were not singing her song. All right,
can we get a video of them singing the Noodles at Noon theme song?
I mean, if we can get Roar and I Rise, I'm sure we can get the Noodles at Noon song. It's pretty catchy, pretty singable.
Nice.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for playing. This was a fun game. It's fun to, just look at what some celebrities are up to, and maybe some of them should lose their social medias. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for playing, everybody.
Noah. Yeah, thank you for playing. I like that game, especially since I won it quite handedly. I will take that with me. But congratulations to me on winning a game, and also congratulations to me on winning a game, because did I not win both games?
You did win both games. Wow.
I think I won both games.
Sweet.
And I didn't have to plan a game this week. This week is just turning up Ben. But thank you, Noah, and thank you, Michael, for planning games this week. That was a lot of fun. And thank you, you guys, for listening or watching. You guys are the real winners because you're all winners in my book. So thank you so much for being here. Noah, Michael, do you have anything you would like to add before we let the kind people go?
Jessy, once I suggested Brian, and she came back with, how about Brain? So we might be naming it Brain the Hedgehog.
I feel like that means more about honor than more about brain. But okay, that works.
I think it's just a reference to Arthur.
Oh. That too.
Michael, do you have anything?
Nope.
Cool. We will see you guys next week. Later.